Welcome to episode 23 of All the Mod 7 mod pack. In the last episode, we automated plastic for industrial foregoing. And in order to make plastic, you need latex. In today's episode, we're going to get into how you can make pink slime and use the plastic and the latex that we started making last episode. Behind me is the automation that we made last episode for the plastic. If you're unfamiliar with this, go check out that episode. It gives you a breakdown on how it's done. It's simple, it's short, it's sweet. Check it out. What we need to get into in today's episode is the pink slime. Because in order to make these things, material stonework factories, which that's my end goal of why I started with this mod, we need different machine casings throughout this mod. And there's 4 different types that you can get into. The first tier is a pity machine frame. You can craft that with just regular materials. Then it goes to a simple machine frame. You need latex to make this, and that's done in a dissolution chamber. We're going to get into that real soon because we need them to make the machines that are going to make the pink slime. The pink slime is needed to make the advanced machine frame, and we need these to make the stonework factories. And then there's a last tier called the supreme machine frame. For these, you need ether gas, and we'll get into that in a later episode, because we need these to make something for the ATM star. Now that we have plastic, we can make the Disillusion Chambers. I need to make 4 of them to start out with. So I programmed my machine, learned it to there, and now we have 4. And we can take these down into the basement and start setting up an automation for this whole deal. First thing that I want to do is I want to disconnect these fluid pipes, because we're going to use these fluid extractors to feed the dissolution chambers. On the right here, I'm going to put down 1. That's going to make simple machine frames. And over here, we're going to put down the other 3 and let them fill up with latex. These are going to make the upgrade cards to speed up all these machines. So for the simple machine frame, this needs 250 millibuckets of latex, which it has in there now. So let's just make 1 of these, which is 2 plastic, pity machine frame, nether brick, 2 iron, and a gold gear. And while that's doing it, I'm going to lock the input on this because we're going to automate this so that we can order them from our refined storage system. But I need 1 of these in order to automate it. And that's our first simple machine frame. Now we can go set up an automation for this process after I sleep. Since we locked the pattern in the dissolution chamber, we can come here to our pattern grid, click on processing, and then we're going to say 2 pieces of plastic, 1 pity machine frame, 2 nether bricks, 2 iron, 1 gold gear, make a simple machine frame. That's our pattern. Boom, pull the pattern out. We need that. Now to set up an automation for this dissolution chamber, we just need a crafter. Pop a crafter on there, face it the right direction so that that is pointing down, just like that. And then run a cable to our refined storage system. Boom, she's active. Take this pattern, pop it right in here. Now we need a way to import what this dissolution chamber crafts back into our refined system. So if you click on output right here, I have it set to push to the front. Everything else is turned off. We'll put an importer right on there and tie that into the refined storage system. So now we should be able to go order simple machine frame from up top here. Let's order 10 of them and see if it works. Go back down in the basement. Should be cranking out simple machine frames. It's working and sending them right back into the refined storage system. And now we can craft the parts and pieces that we need to make the pink slime ordeal. The other thing you want to make sure of is you want to have your input. That's where we're putting all these things in, and we're putting them in through the top. So I have this set to pull. The rest of these are off, and the fluid input is coming in from the bottom, pulling, and the rest of these are off. Now I'm going to set up these 3 dissolution chambers and automate them to make processing tier 2 card, efficiency tier 2, and a speed tier 2 to speed up all these machines. I'm not going to bore you with that process. It's the same thing you do here, except different recipes for each one. I'll bring you back, show you how we're going to do the pink slime. Right here, we're using cows. Baby cows, to be precise. So we need to breed cows, separate their babies, and slaughter the babies, because that gives the biggest yield of pink slime that I know of. So we need an animal feeder. We need an animal baby separator. And we need a mob slaughter factory. And these machines we're going to put down just like this. The animal feeder goes first. You want that facing in. I'm going to have cows in here. We're going to give this wheat. It's going to feed the cows. They're going to make babies. We need to separate the babies, so we're putting an animal baby separator this way. If we look at this, it shows the working area, so any baby that stands here is going to be moved to right here. And then we need a mob slaughter factory. This same thing, working area, boom, is going to slaughter any mob that stands there. And this is going to make pink slime and liquid meat. We really only need the pink slime. We might need the liquid meat, so I will store it. Now, we don't want any of these animals escaping, so we need to block this area in. I'm going to do like this with some glass so that we can see them. Then we'll take some of this and make it look somewhat cool. Breeding these guys up specifically for this mission. I'm going to take some mob yoinkers, shift, right click, it picks up the mob, and then you can move them to wherever you want to. Pretty simple. Where we want them is inside this first pen where the animal feeder is, so they'll breed. Let's drop them in there. That's not how you do it. Not how you do it at all. Just like that. Like a pro. We go get one more. And our 4th one. They just don't want to cooperate, apparently. There you go. You're going in there. Now we're going to block this deal off so they don't get out. We're going to do the same here for the baby separator. Now, if I take some wheat and put it in the animal feeder, this thing is going to feed the cow. The cow's going to make a baby. The animal separator is going to separate it from there. They're probably not going to breed right now because they're mad at me for killing their friend Tom, suffocating them in the wall. You do your thing, please. I'm making a video. All right, so they just made a baby. You can see the XP orb floating in there. I missed it on video, but the baby separator did its job, pulls the calf in here. The mob slaughter factory does its job, and we get pink slime, and we also get the liquid meat like I talked about. So now let's take out the pink slime. We're going to take it out from the right. We're going to push. We're going to turn the rest of these off. And we'll take out the liquid meat from the left. We'll push, turn these off. Pink slime, I'm going to put into a dimensional tank. This one, I need to change the label on this. Let's make it 4. Empty. We can hook up fluid pipe and extract. We got pink slime. Now the liquid meat I'm going to pull out and just put into an ultimate fluid tank to store. And then once that thing fills up and we realize we don't really need it, I'll put it into a trash can. But that's how you get pink slime, and we need that to make the next thing that we're going to work on in the next video, which is these material stonework factories. But that's going to be the end of this video. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Have fun and peace.